Good evening, everyone, and welcome to an evil special. Hi, I'm Philip, your Witch Master. Witch Master, that one. And surrounding me are our coven. Say good evening, hags.
Good evening, hags.
Good evening.
Good, wonderful. So yeah, this is for those of you who are usually tuning in at this slot for the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. We will be back with that next week. We just had some player availability stuff, coupled with the fact that they did something I'm saying they. One person last night did something so crazy that I said, that's probably worth more than me just rolling dice to see how well it goes, and instead making some people RP it. We will be getting into that in a moment, but the very first thing I have to do is... Why, it's a day in December, which means I open from the adventure calendar. But I'm doing it all evil-like, on account of evil. What's the date today, the 6th?
Yes.
Yep.
It is the 6th.
Wonderful. And on the 6th, I get, a D8.
Ooh.
How great. And where is the thing that it is?
One of the bunny ones?
It's a bunny one.
Aww.
How sweet. Rolled a 1. We'll boil its feet for our cauldron stew. Okay. In any case, I think we're just gonna go ahead and,
I've been accused of boiling bunnies before.
I mean, it's a classic film, but, who could blame you? We are going to, do a quick sort of recap, not of everything involving the Here Be Dragons, game, but I will sort of give the salient points for the Coven of the Crystal Thicket, who are currently gathered here today. And before I do this, let's go ahead and introduce this coven, because I've already mentioned their names on the thing, but I really do think these names bear some repeating. Lauren tonight will be playing Giggly Vicky Chalkboggle.
Yes.
And
That's me.
And Giggling Vicky did appear in a session smoking a finger through a cigarette holder. So,
fantastic.
That's kind of the energy of these individuals. Next up, Tyler is taking on the hat of Mad Maria Salt Mumbler.
Yes.
And Liv is playing what I genuinely think is the best name a random generator has ever given me, Putrid Terry Lard Joints. Will be joining us this evening. These hags are chaotic evil. They just want to hurt and increase their power. But as often happens with wicked people along the way, they are, they kind of, for a while, seem to have a foe in common with our dragons. An archfey named Bill Bluster of the Demiplane of Delight called Weather. These hags have beef with him, and they have been spending an awful lot of time in the tomb of Hecatoline, the Moonstone Dragon. I mean, admittedly, they've just also been eating her dreams because they're delicious, but they've been trying to get dirt on Bill Bluster. They believe one of the many dream journals in this hoard belongs to him, but they think that perhaps, unlike most of the journals, it was written in a code. Perhaps the dreams were sort of altered in their descriptions. They've never been able to find it. Making this hard for them is the fact that this tomb is sort of warded against them. It is warded against people trying to steal things from it. They're very aware of this. I mean, they're night hags. They get it. Some dragons recently arrived, and in dream struck a deal with this dragon Hecatoline who was in a sleeping death, she allowed them to look through her books, but they could take nothing with them. That was the deal she struck. And so these dragons started going through the books. Giggling Vicky actually appeared to them at one point and kind of offered a bit of cooperation communication if the dragons would find out this information about Bill Bluster that the witches wanted. Well, perhaps the witches wouldn't try to take all the humanoids who were with them, wouldn't try to take their minds away, and might give them some help gaining access to a book the witches never accessed either. The joke we've been doing with this is red leather, yellow feather. There is a red leather tome with a burning phoenix feather kind of holding it together. The dragons went away for a time. One of their number, kind of an older dragon, they never really talked to this one, had true sight and was able to see them, so they really did have to kind of stay in the shadows. But then the dragons returned with various interesting objects. They must have raided some other horde or something. Everyone but these dragons who had the access to kind of do it basically left, along with some orc. And then you watched as they went back into horde, and they had found the password for that book at the top, which they opened, and to your disappointment, it was just a stupid, like a wizard spell book. You might be able to do something with that, but it's not that exciting for you, you know? It's just kind of like, wizard spells. It's not what you wanted to know about old Bill Bluster. So.
No.
This was kind of like, whatever. But then, when all the other dragons were gone, that little one, the yellow one, he called himself Lord Buku. Very quietly, he said aloud, definitely to you. If anyone is listening to this, we're going to the Feywild. And if anyone were to take this spell book, the password to access is rekindle in Sylvan, to us in the Feywild, we would give them the information they're looking for. Apparently these dragons know about Bill Bluster. The dragons then departed. They gathered up everything they had. They, true to their word, they did not take a single thing from the horde, only knowledge. So now you are alone in the horde, and you have been presented with this opportunity to learn what you want to about Bill Bluster, provided you can steal this prized possession of this horde from a dead sleeping dragon. So, Giggling Vicky, Mad Maria, and Putrid Terry, we're going to kind of say that a few minutes have passed. And actually, I'll tell you what, would all three of you roll a d20 for me?
Oh.
Where's my...
An unknown D20, that's never good.
Ooh, that is interesting.
11.
9.
9.
13.
So basically anyone who rolled, it was either going to be who rolled highest or anyone who rolled over a 10. As it happened, Putrid Terry, you were off pulling the, you know what you were doing? You were kind of over just in one of the little fey crossings in this horde. You were just sitting there pulling the wings off some fairy. Just having a gay old time. The others,
little fairies.
they're just the worst, and they
Disgusting
steal stuff too. It's awful. But
so annoying.
Giggling Vicky and Mad Maria, the two of you were in the horde when this yellow dragon said this. So, we will sort of begin our game with the two of you going into the ethereal, finding Putrid Terry as you guys do get there for kind of what's called like that perfect peel as the last wing gets kind of ripped off and the fairy sort of passes out from blood loss.
I'm playing He Loves Me, I Poison Him to Death. He loves me, I poison him to death.
Yeah, that's about right. So, we will begin our game with you sort of making this report, discussing the merits of this plan and all such things. Please, my witches, the floor is yours.
Yes, well, I would love to have a dragon in my pocket for favors and perhaps potions and spells, and however they may come in handy in the future. Also, there's something in there that I may be interested in. What do you say, sisters?
Sorry. Getting at that blustery Bill Bluster of Wother will be more than enough for me.
I say we go. Something of interest for me as well.
Let's do it.
Wonderful. So, the three of you, now you, as long as you have your heart stones on your person, you can go as an action into or out of the ethereal plane. It's a pretty cool trick. Are you going to enter the Horde, re-enter the Horde? Do you want to be on the material plane, or do you want to scope things out one last time ethereally?
Scope things out ethereally.
Okay.
Yes.
So, the three of you go ethereally. So basically, you don't really have, like, perfect sight of everything in here when you're in the ethereal plane, but you know the shape of it. So you walk in, and you see this horde that you've spent, a few years here probably at this point, looking around. You see the sleeping corpse of Hecatoline, a moonstone dragon. Like all dragons in this stupid plane of Wyrmloth, the dragons do not rot in death. They just lie there sort of perfectly preserved, dreaming forever with their horde. That's a moonstone dragon. This one is on a rather large pile of fairy gold. Fairy gold being gold that has been, like, infused with emotion. It's much more valuable in the Feywild. There are a good number of, like, magic items amidst this horde. There is also this beautiful vista on a mural to one side of Hecatoline. And you have watched and maybe cackled at many creatures come to this beautiful vista, little just, blink dogs and pixies and things that made it in from the Feywild here through various crossings, and they just stop at this vista and they stare at it forever, wasting away to bones or whatnot.
I have a question. So since we're on the ethereal plane, we can't physically touch anything, right?
Right now, you cannot physically touch anything. And I'm also describing stuff that you only see very vaguely because, basically because, like, you know this room really well. So you know where all this is, but you're kind of just, like, getting your bearings in it. In the ethereal plane, it's, you know what it is. It's when Frodo's wearing the ring.
Oh.
That's what you see. Like, you see the world, but it's all kind of, sort of like
glossy, hazy.
Yeah, hazy and weird. And the other thing you see is just tons of ghosts. There's ghosts all over the place, but they know not to mess with you guys. You're hags. You see there's this beautiful kind of hypnotic painting. The three of you, it's never even interested you for a second. It doesn't make you stare and wonder. It's nothing. This may have something to do with your immunity to being charmed. On the other side of this horde is this beautiful library of dream journals. Each one has been illustrated by some of the best artists alive during Hecatoline's lifetime. And that's kind of what you have been periodically, like taking off and trying not to disturb any curses and such and reading through, trying to find information on Bill Bluster. The dragons, they were reading through it very well. They had sort of full access. At the top of this library, inside of a sort of kind of a cube of force, basically, that you can't sort of pass through, is that red leather yellow feather book, the Tome of the Phoenix. And these dragons have told you how to access it. It doesn't say it on your monster stat blocks, but you do also speak Sylvan, just because of kind of where you've been for a long time. It is the word rekindle spoken in Sylvan. Apparently that will open it up. And in fact, Giggling Vicky and Mad Maria saw that password work that the yellow dragon sort of told you about. So that is what you see here in the Horde. Beyond that, everything seems totally normal, totally chill, and blessedly quiet, because for the past day or so, it's been really loud with all those dragons tromping around.
So now that we've surveyed, we can go physically, right? Or
whenever you want to, as an action, you can enter the material plane.
Well, I would be ready to go whenever you are, sisters, but I will certainly not be going alone.
Well, no, we can go together.
You think it is as simple as merely saying the words in front of the cube?
Do we know if it is, or we're not sure?
Make an Arcana check, Giggling Vicky. I believe you guys may even have a modifier for that. Just kidding, you don't. It is simply your intelligence, so it's a +3.
18.
Saying the word should open that cube. You are no doubt about that.
And what was the word again? Something in Sylvan?
Rekindle.
What?
Rekindle.
In Sylvan. Rekindle in Sylvan.
So in common, Giggling Vicky, you've re-entered the material plane.
Oh, am I
you-
saying that?
No, have you, I'm asking.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you went back to the material plane, and then in common, you said, rekindle in Sylvan. Nothing happened.
Okay, well, I thought they might be being clever. They weren't. How bored.
Do any of us know Sylvan?
You actually all do. It's not on the sheet, but based on where you live, you all.
I was gonna say if I'm learning those fairies to pluck off their wings, I must
exactly,
speak their language.
you know how to like say really messed up stuff to them about what you're gonna do to their siblings. Yeah. So,
Sister, you must say rekindle in Sylvan.
are you
Well,
all?
yes, I know that now.
Are you all on the material plane at this point? Have you popped?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you're just
Yes.
gathered around here at the top of the library, kind of on this viewing platform, just looking it over.
Sylvan. Does anyone speak Sylvan? Wait, we do. We established that.
all
Sorry.
speak
I can
Sylvan.
speak Sylvan, sister. I mean, you can too, but
Oh. Should we all chant it?
Do you want to all say it together? Are we three
yes,
all
let's
say
say it.
Can we
Let's
do,
say
like, a
power
special-
of three. Power of three. Let it be.
Power of 3, let it be. So if all three of you sort of, join hands and simply say the word rekindle in Sylvan, which probably sounds something like
Ugh,
yeah, exactly.
language.
It's just like
It's almost as
Ugly
obnoxious as
language.
French.
You know what it
but
sounds
not
like?
In a good way.
You know what Sylvan sounds like? It sounds like a honeybee sighing after a good day of work.
It's almost obnoxious as French.
Disgusting.
But you all say the word rekindle in Sylvan.
Yes.
And there is a barely perceptible sort of kind of almost like sound of like a wind. And the pretty much invisible box around this thing, you can tell, is now no longer around it. The tome is simply there.
Before we go, like, reaching out and grabbing it, can I kind of look around and see if there's any, I guess, any obvious, like, traps or anything?
Absolutely. Please make an investigation or perception check.
I'll do perception since we have
There
that at
be
+6.
Since you are proficient.
Ooh, 25.
Oh, 25. I will also say, because you watched the other dragon kind of handling this book, he even copied a whole spell from it over several hours. You are pretty confident that there is no physical trap on the book.
Well, sisters, the book does not appear to be trapped in any way.
Care to hazard?
Who's gonna grab it?
I'll grab it.
Understood. Giggling Vicky reaches out, picks up the tome. It is warm to the touch, but not hot.
Ew.
Moist.
And you're pretty resistant to fire damage anyway, just being,
Is it dry or is it moist?
It's pretty dry. It's a dry heat.
Thank goodness.
In Phoenix,
wow.
it's a pretty dry heat.
If it's a dry heat.
So, in any case, you are holding this tome.
I will
That was
open it.
easy.
You open it. Inside, you see many... Oh, actually, important question. There's kind of... It's an interesting... Like, the book is kind of, like, clasped over on the front. There is this, like... basically this phoenix feather, which is embering softly, is passed through the clasp. But you can pick up the whole clasp and open the book, or you can pull this feather out and open it.
Have I touched the feather yet?
You have not yet touched the feather.
Can I touch it gingerly?
With a ginger touch. There's just like a very chill sort of like sizzle. It's again, you are resistant to fire damage, so it's not even it's not unpleasant for you, but it's definitely that's a source of more heat. You touch it.
Okay, so I will take the feather.
Mm-hmm. You take the feather.
Would it burn in my clothes?
You don't think the feather would burn in your clothes. It seems to be magically remaining on.
I'll stick it in my hat.
Wonderful. You pull the feather.
You put a feather in your cap.
And as you remove the feather, much like pulling, actually in a much more dramatic way than when you pull the tongue off of a tome of the stilled tongue, which this item is basically the same as, you pull this feather out, and the book immolates to cinders in your hand.
Oh dear.
You are still holding the feather.
No, the feather's in my hat.
Oh, did you still put it in your hat like you did that? Because as soon as you took it out, the book just...
Yeah.
So you're bloop. So now there is a feather burning in your hat.
Look what you have done.
You put the feather in her cap and burned in her hubris.
And doesn't it look fantastic?
Yes, it's beautiful. I hate it.
All of
Makes
you...
us sick.
Actually, no, I need to roll for this, don't I? What is the passive perception of a good old fashioned night hag? Out of curiosity,
16.
Where's
16, huh? Okay, well,
That's high.
you know what?
Bad.
It's very high. It's too bad that I rolled a 17 on the following stealth check.
Damn it.
Even though, I will say, because it's sort of so close and so whatever, and other things are happening, there is this odd kind of whooshing sound.
Oh.
Something is strange. You definitely feel the presence of that dragon.
The opal one?
The Moonstone dragon. Yes.
Moonstone. So it's not dead? Wait, can I sense something? Can I do it?
Sure. You always
Check.
sense the dragon. It is dreaming, and its dreams suffuse this place. But if you want to look around and do a check here, I'll tell you what. Why don't you simply let's have this be an insight check. I want you to get the feeling of the room. Please roll an insight check. It's a +6 for you.
Sorry, it's a +3?
+6.
19.
With a 19, you feel the dragon is paying much attention to you, and there's an undercurrent of anger. The dragon seems more aware that you guys are being more active than typical.
I will begin to just move more slowly.
What? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Mad Maria.
Nowhere.
You're just kind of moving down the staircase of this place, kind of like, okay. Mad Maria, what are you doing?
What happened? So I'm gonna try to just shift back into the ethereal plane.
Excellent. You begin to shift to the ethereal plane. Now, one thing you've noticed is this place is kind of like in a weird sort of border between, kind of the border between different planes. Even the Feywild, the border ethereal and stuff is a little fuzzier. You shift into the ethereal plane, and as you do, you watch as kind of two things happen. You watch as you think you've got about halfway, and you see like a bunch of the treasure and the dragon corpse also shifting into the ethereal plane at the same time that you see countless ghosts and specters kind of like moving into your plane. And you suddenly realize that there is currently no border ethereal. The magic of this Moonstone dragon has shoved them together. You guys are in this space all kind of at once, and you definitely get a sense of... also, the ghosts around you are more agitated than typical. They're sort of swirling around, being really frightened. The three of you, however, you realize, like, there's, you just used your action to go through. Vicky was just walking. Now you're still both in the same place. Terry, what do you do as kind of this horde seems to be, like, breaking down the boundaries around you as you have taken something from it?
Can I...
It's Putrid Terry's turn. We're kind of in soft initiative here.
Oh, sorry.
So I can't switch into the ethereal. I think it's all blending.
If you'd like to use your action to attempt, you may. But you do sort of see. I'll tell you what. Make a free perception check as you glance around. It's a plus 6.
Okay. Where's my dice roller? +6. 19.
With a 19, you can tell that so much is coming from the ethereal and some stuff is coming from the material. It's all... You don't think it is worth your action.
Is there somewhere I can hide?
You're kind of on a staircase up here, so you could hide on the staircase, although that's a place that people seem to have been looking. You could try to kind of, like, move... Mad Maria's still up here with you. Giggling Vicky's gone halfway down. You could attempt to, like, jump off the side of the staircase and hide either in the books or amidst the treasure itself.
I'll hide in the books. I feel
so
like
you jump over there. Go ahead and make a stealth check as you just kind of, like, try to, like, hide amidst the stacks of this kind of little library.
I suspect that they have a better sense of smell with their treasure. It's just a straight D20 roll for the stealth.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Yeah. Stealth for you is a plus 6. Hey,
Ooh.
You guys are really good at the things you're good at. You're good at deceiving, being insightful, perceiving, and stealthing.
Maybe I'm a witch in real life. 21.
With a 21, you hide there, and you're not sure if this is going to, like, hide you from a full-on from a full-on witch necessarily, but or from a full-on dragon, but you feel pretty well hidden at the moment. I am at this point going to have us officially roll initiative. Because you guys can tell that things are sort of going crazy. I wanted you to all have kind of, like, a moment to sort of do what you do, whether it's backup or ethereal or hide, which you have all sort of done. So, let us all please roll initiative. Your initiative modifier, my dear hags, is a +2.
+2. Nat 20.
So 22 for Giglin Vicky.
I rolled a
I did
1.
not roll a nat 20, but I did roll a 19, so I have 21.
21. So interestingly, I suspect that Giggling Vicky, Putrid Terry, and Mad Maria are eventually going to all be going, like, just, like, one after another in order. Because you have 22, you have 21, and Mad Maria has 3.
Yeah.
Unless we have some even worse rolls from other things, or even better rolls from other things. And I suppose, if I'm being honest, all of that is possible. Should I do the other things or the other things first?
The other things.
Cool. Good. That's excellent call. Okay. Great. So, the other things. I am glad you said the other things. I was worried you might say the other things. Perfect. And perfect. Okay. And perfect. Man, everything is just rolling with its like things. That's hilarious. And then on behalf of that... Great. Okay, so as it happens, yes, Giggling Vicky, you are up first. So you see that this place is kind of like... Something is fusing between these different planes, these crossings, and you feel that this dragon is now paying attention to you. Is there anything you would like to do?
Can what is closest to me? Is it just ghosts?
You see ghosts above you. Now, these are not necessarily hostile ghosts. These seem to be like the specters that you just usually, like, when you're in the ethereal plane, there's just a lot of ghosts there all the time.
Okay.
And it's just those ghosts, but they seem to be around. They do seem very agitated. They clearly know something is going on. But I will say no with a passive insight of 16, they don't seem to be, like, focused on you. Nevertheless, they are moving a lot, and, like, you could see them getting in your way.
Can I? Is there? Oh gosh. Can I detect magic to see where it's most potent in this room?
Ooh, I love that idea. Absolutely. You cast detect magic. The room is pulsing with magic. I mean, the treasure is covered in it. The book, the book's gone. The ashes of it have it. You can feel it coming from your head, all those books below. This seems to be like a hyper magic thing. That being said, you can use, even though you use your action to cast a spell, I'll let you also use an action as part of the casting of the spell. As an action, you can like focus on one thing and learn the type of magic anywhere within range of that spell, which I think is like, is 30 feet.
Sure. Can I look at the ashes?
Absolutely. The ashes are coated in transmutation magic. In other words, sort of change, alteration magic. I'm going to let you make an Arcana check with that sort of, to see if you can think of what that would mean. For you, that is a +3.
Thank you. 13.
It means the book was magic. You knew that already, but your hat looks great now, so, you know.
Thank you.
It's not the worst time you've ever
I think so too.
All right. XigXag, do you move at all? Do you continue kind of trying to leave? Or are you moving away from your sisters? Putrid Terry jumped somewhere. You don't know where she is. Mad Maria's still up there, kind of being like, why have I not quantum leaped yet? What's happening, Al? What would you like? Do you want to use any movement?
I'll move toward Maria.
Okay, so you kind of move back up to her, kind of at the top of this thing. Like, what are we doing up here?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, Putrid Terry, do you just want to stay hidden? Anything you want to do back there?
I'm hiding betwixt the books.
You were hiding between the books.
Are there any books that seem like they might be useful?
Ooh, excellent idea. Roll for me this will be an intelligence check. You are familiar with these books, so you actually can kind of think about such things. Roll an intelligence check as a +3 for you, kind of like an investigation sort of check.
Oof, only a 10.
A 10. You glance around and you pull out this one really funny book about this lich who, it's the dream journal of this lich. It's all these nightmares he had. They're really funny. There's this one about like an usher's tongue. It's pretty hilarious.
Did someone die horribly?
In that one, oh yeah, many people die horribly. But really what keeps everybody coming back to that one is the tongue. That tongue.
Well, that's what keeps most people
That tongue
coming
is
back.
the tier 3 emote. It's just what we put there because I really think that usher tongue is funny. In any case, but you do not, kind of spending your turn looking around, you find that book and have kind of a chuckle over it for a second, but you know it is not useful in this moment.
What else can I do? I don't know.
I will say you can have done that remaining hidden, so if you want to move, you're going to not be hidden anymore. So if you want to stay hidden, you'll just kind of need to stay there.
What is around me? I could potentially move to?
At this point, it would probably be trying to move like away from the horde, but there's still a good 30 feet to cover to try to get to some other cavern or something in here.
Yeah, so I guess I'll move back as far away from them as I can get.
Understood. So you'll break cover and you'll just start running. You basically make it to the edge of a cavern on the far side of this horde. You think it's the cavern those dragons were kind of coming up from. Actually, no, 30 feet, you're about halfway to it.
Okay.
You're 30 feet from that entrance, kind of just out there. Perfect. Okay. It is now initiative count 20. Suddenly, amidst those ghosts that are flowing, you see all sorts of crazy visions just passing in front of your eyes, and it's extremely disorienting and crazy. I need all of you to please make for me a wisdom saving throw. However, this is a magical effect, so you do have advantage on the roll.
Okay.
Nevertheless, you only have a +2 to this.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
goodness. Nat 20.
Okay. 20.
The first one was a 2.
Okay.
I did 16, so 18.
18. Mad Maria.
Non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20. Mad Maria and Giggling Vicky, you're like, ugh, dragon nonsense. These disorienting visions are trying to kind of just like generally distract you. Fortunately, you're both just, Mad Maria in your case, just able to sort of see past them. However, Putrid Terry, until basically the following, until we get to initiative count 20 again, you have disadvantage on all ability checks. So you're too distracted by these things. You can't tell what's a ghost you might bump into, what's an illusion. It's just awful.
Rude.
It's very rude of this dragon. But not quite as rude as the following. Let's say evens, Giggling, Vicky, odds, Mad Maria.
Uh-oh.
Mad Maria.
Uh-oh.
You feel it's like movement under your feet for a moment. And suddenly... Oh, actually, no, that's not what it would do with you two both right here. Basically, kind of like this platform you're standing on, this beautifully wrought thing, including this sort of stand, the stand begins to like move up, kind of like in this weird sort of like lilting, strange shape. And the platform behind it almost folds up and tilts, and this mouth of teeth begin to move out of it. It appears that this platform you're standing on is not simply a platform, but is a very large, very well-crafted horde mimic.
Oh no.
And as it opens its jaws, you see its pseudopod-like tongue moving out, about to go for one of you, but then sort of sensing both preys, it looks at both. The tongue retracts, and this mist just shoots out on both of you. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws. These are not with advantage. This is a biological effect, not a magical one. Your dexterity modifier is a +2.
14.
14.
And me?
Yeah, and you.
4.
4. Great. Ooh, those are big rolls too. It's 68. Oh my god, 8 and 6. The first one was 8 and 7. So that's, we're already at 29. Two more is 7 and... Okay, so Giggling Vicky, you take 39 points of acid damage.
Oh.
In addition to this, my dear, you are
Oh,
blinded until the end of your next turn. Mad Maria, you take half of that, 19 points, and you are not blinded, although the caustic in your eyes, it's like just this mist, and now its tongue is just sitting there. You can't even see this, Vicky, because your eyes are kind of so burned. But Mad Maria, you see that tongue is like ready to try to kind of eat you guys, that pseudopod. So,
Nothing.
it appears that the horde is coming to life. And not only that, Mad Maria, you see that the piles of treasure, 2 of the piles of treasure below, are also beginning to lurch forward, coins falling off of them. And they are sort of moving up to attack. One of them will, because it's kind of, actually I'm going to roll a thing for it. One of them manages to basically comes up, is like crawling up the stairs you took. So it looks just like a pile of gold with teeth and a tongue, but it has to use too much movement to get there, so it cannot actually take an action, but it's blocking your path and ready to eat either of you. Another one is kind of crawling up the side, and I'm going to say this one will have, it's not going to do a caustic spray, this one will have disadvantage on an attack against whichever one of you is closer. We'll do evens, Vicky, odds, Mad Maria. It is even, so it should have advantage because you're blind, but it has disadvantage, but you're blind, so it's just a flat roll for it. It is going to try to pseudopod you. Ooh! The pseudopod attack is an 11. What is the AC of a night hag? 17.
17.
All right. Well, it gets to try to pseudopod you twice, so maybe better luck next time. 17?
Oh no. No.
No, I rolled a 16.
Ha!
That's stupid. It also gets to try to bite you, though, so that's cool. So it's also just going to try one bite. The bite attack is a 15. So these guys can just... These horde mimics, I'm so excited about them. They're garbage. Whatever. That is its turn. So basically there are now 3 mimics on you. And now it is Hecataline's turn herself.
She sounds dangerous.
Let's see. As she sort of looks about. Perfect. My dear putrid Terry, as you rush away from her, can you please make an intelligence saving throw? This is magical. You have advantage, so it's a +3 with advantage.
Oh, okay. 20, not natural. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. 20 is just what you need. So you have these, you hear this music playing around you, and then you start to hear this absolutely irresistible music. You really want to dance to it, but you manage to
hold it in.
Just tune it out, Terry, and you are not affected by that. Mad Maria, it is now...
No two-tapping, Terry.
Mad Maria, it is now your turn.
All right. So, I know this is going to seem sus, but I promise I already had this plan before.
I love it.
I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to do in one turn, but I'm going to try to grab the feather from Giggling Vicky's hat and touch it to the ashes.
Ooh.
Interesting. Giggling Vicky, Giggling Vicky is blind, so you don't even, I'm going to say you don't have a, you are not going to be able to even resist this because you feel it getting yanked off your head. So Mad Maria, you simply grab this off your blinded sister. She's been like dodging as these, tongues are flailing at her from this pile of gold that sort of crawled up the side. You try to take that out of her hat, and you do so, and then you're going to sort of put it towards where you saw kind of as your eyes, your bloodshot kind of, acid stung eyes, you're going to touch it to all of that. Unfortunately, that seems to have no effect.
Alas.
The best part of this, just like in a meta thing, is that like Jed's character learned how this works, but he never said it aloud, so you guys don't know. Like, this is just delightful. How the book works. So
rude.
So, Mad Maria, you spend your sort of action doing that. Anything else?
Is there enough space to kind of step away from the mimics on this platform, leaving Vicky to deal with them?
Ah, I see. Not without provoking an op attack of your own, but there are directions you could step where, like, you'd only, you'd still be in reach of some, but you'd only, like, provoke one. Okay,
like closer to the I'm trying to get closer to where we took the book from in the first place.
Understood. Oh, you're basically like there. And
okay.
Although part of the problem is the thing that you took the book out of is flopping around on part of the mimic.
Sure.
But you can move back sort of toward that if you want to. Sure.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. You've moved sort of back towards there. Very good.
You're doing great, Vicky.
Giggling Vicky, it is your turn.
So I'm just being attacked by tongues.
You've been just attacked by tongues in every direction.
Ayo, talk about...
And the only spells I have are plane shift.
So I don't know if you saw the Coven sidebar, that other thing I sent you.
Yes. But I thought we could only do that with a...
Oh, you guys can't cast those right now because Putrid Terry's too far away. I'm sorry. Putrid Terry did run it. Actually, Liv, I did not give you the full detail on that. When you guys stay together, there are some spells you can do together, so you may want to try to get that. That's, I think what you did made sense where everything was, but yes, that
I should maybe try to get back to them so we can cast the appropriate spells.
So yeah, you know you can't do any of those right now.
So I do have a question.
Yeah.
If I detect magic, would I, even without my sight, be able to detect where my sisters are?
What an interesting question. Unfortunately, you only see the well, first of all, actually, strictly speaking, this actually matters. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Your modifier for that is a +3.
Okay. This is what the different die was. Another nat 20. I'm not lying.
So the good news for you, because you've rolled a 23, that's better than the 40. Like you only need like a basically a 20. You have not dropped your detect magic. You still have that up. You don't have to spend an action to do it. Unfortunately, it does have to be on a visible object, so the fact that you are temporarily blinded means you cannot use it right now. I'd let you make a perception check at disadvantage to hear where they are. I mean, you heard Mad Maria kind of scrambling around. I'll also say you can technically disengage while completely blinded and just try to, like, get the heck away from these things. But that might lead to other weirdness.
I will disengage. I will
All right.
tuck myself into a corner and just.
You're going to disengage. You're going to try to move away from all these things. I need you to make for me, at disadvantage, because you're blinded, a perception check. So it's a +6, but roll at disadvantage.
10.
Okay.
17. So 10 plus.
So 16. I will say with a 16, you can feel that one is, like, blocking the path behind you. You think you might take a little fall damage, but you feel like your best bet would just be, like, disengaging and tumbling over the side railing to get down on the ground.
Very well.
Okay, cool. So you do that at disadvantage. Please also.
Will that bring her closer to me?
Marginally, yes, actually. She can even move. If you, I'll say as a free action, you could call out, and if she wants to try to move in that direction, she's banging into stuff.
Stop.
So Giggling Vicky, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw. Not disadvantage, it's just a +2. This is you kind of just trying to, like, catch yourself before you badly injure yourself.
9.
You badly injure yourself in a fall. You take another 10 points of damage.
Oh, good.
Again, I'm rolling so high on these damages, I do apologize. You like landed directly on your shin, and your shin bone just kind of cracks like that. And I mean, you're hags, you have weird stuff. You're not unused to it, but that really hurt.
Yes.
But if you want to sort of now limp a few feet closer to Putrid Terry, you can do so.
I would love to.
Wonderful.
Thank
Great.
you.
Good stuff. Speaking of Putrid Terry, it is your turn.
Okay, what is around me?
What is around you aside from those, like, weird visions that you're still sort of seeing, so that technically gives you disadvantage on, like, perception checks. You know that your sisters are back there. You know that if you ran back about 20 feet, you'd be within 30 feet of both of them and them of each other, so you could then cast a spell if you wanted from your better spells. From your coven spells.
So I can reach them on this turn?
You can reach them with 20 feet of movement. Yeah, you don't even need more. That being said, you are moving back towards, like, things that have been attacking you.
Large things. Looking at what I have in my arsenal.
And I don't. Did you here? I'll. Oh, I may not. Here, I'm just gonna post a link here. This may not go well in our little Zoom chat here, but let's give it a try. You do have all those spells as well when you're close to your sisters. That, however, is a shared pool of slots. So, like, as a group, you can only use one 6th level slot.
What's Phantasmal Killer?
Phantasmal Killer, excellent question. And yeah, and everybody watching, so tonight we're going to do a lot more kind of like pausing for rules, since these wonderful players here just are playing night hags kind of out of nowhere last minute for some fun. So Phantasmal Killer, you tap into the nightmares of a creature you can see within range. You create an illusory manifestation of its deepest fears, only visible to that creature. It has to make a wisdom save or it becomes frightened, and it also can take damage from that fear that you've put in its mind.
Do tongues have minds? Do we know that?
Make an Arcana check for free. Let's see what you know about these horde mimics.
Is there a modifier or is it a flat roll?
+3. I'm so sorry. Yes.
At 20.
This is.
I'm using different die.
In spite of Giggling Vicky having such a bad night, this is also a really good night for Giggling Vicky. You are well aware of horde mimics. I would even say that you guys probably got caught up in what you're. With a 23, you probably at least suspected there were at least a couple here. You didn't realize one of them was the platform. Horde mimics are actually fairly intelligent creatures among mimics. They can speak. and they definitely have minds. They can be frightened. It's possible. I will, however, say with a wisdom, or with a 23 there, another nat 20, you also are aware that they actually they have very good wisdom saving throws. They're very resistant to that kind of magic. I shouldn't say resistant. They don't have like psychic damage immunity or anything. It's just that they have a pretty high wisdom modifier.
Okay.
But so of the spells you have access to, that potentially is not the best one, I would say with that. I'll also say that you I mean, eye bite is your guys' Nova, but it's actually not really that. Eye bite's cool, but it doesn't really hurt them that much. It just does other stuff.
Maybe.
Lightning bolts are always good.
Magic missiles?
Yeah, we all have magic missile.
You do all have magic missile.
Can we like combine and do them all at once or something cool?
You could all hold your actions and do them at once. I will also let you use your spell slots for your magic missile. So if you wanted to just like do like one 6th level magic missile, just murder party, you can do that as well. Whose turn is it actually right now?
It's mine. I need to run towards them.
Yeah, so you're gonna move towards them, but now that you're there, we had Giggling Vicky roll that Arcana. We'll say the two of you were shouting at each other, but yeah.
Yes,
but
communicating.
You can magic missile, and if you wanted to upcast it, you could certainly do that with a higher level slot.
Very well.
Cool. What level do you want to cast it at? You can do anywhere from 1. Don't do 1. You can do 1 at will. You could do 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. That's just 1 extra dart for each extra level. You might want to consult your sisters before doing this.
Do the most powerful thing, dear. I'm not enjoying this. As much as I love torture, I don't like being the subject of it.
Well, I do have a good tongue thrashing myself, but
I'm looking the entire wrong direction.
Yeah, go ahead and do it. As your eyes are like pussed over, like acid burns on your face. All right, so Future Terry, if you're gonna aim this at a mimic, one mimic is on the stairway, sort of blocking Maria off. One is hanging over the side, and one is the platform at the top. So which one do you want to aim your magic missile at?
Whichever one's closest to my. They're all close to Vicky.
They're all really surrounding Mad Maria. It's about to be a bad situation for Mad
Maria.
You could do the one that's blocking her escape. That might be.
Yes, let's do that one.
Perfect. All right, so Putrid Terry. Based on the fact that you're using an online roller, I will kind of give you the option. Strictly speaking, the way the magic... And are you doing 6th level? Are you guys burning your big one?
Sure.
5th level.
I'm doing 5th level.
I think I like 5th level for this.
Sure.
All right, so you're going to cast a 5th level. That means you are rolling...
Because those aren't...
It's 7d4. Well, but it's there's no roll, there's no anything. It just automatically happens. So here's the choice. Do you want to roll all the d4s? Or, strictly speaking, you're supposed to roll 1, add 1 to it, then multiply it, and they all do the same. Which would you like to do? I always let players choose that.
Oh no, this is a horrible choice to be making.
Or, if you want, I could roll one of my adventure calendar d4s.
Systems?
I'll roll it right here on the back of the initiative counter.
So it's d4 plus 1 and then times 7? Very well.
Do you want the elf or the nice hat from Santa?
I'll take the elf. I feel like elves can get up into more mischief.
This elf, I will tell you, a 3.
Okay, not so bad.
Pretty good. So that is 4 times 7. So 28 points of unavoidable damage to that mimic there, who you just sort of like in the back. I will say that horde mimic. So 28 points. All right, great. It's probably going to make this, but I will just for the drama of it. I'll say like that much like damage, because you can also kind of aim those. I'll say if you're kind of aiming at its lower half, I'm going to have it make a strength save to try to like stay in position, because it could, even not being harmed, sort of fall out of the way. Strength save for an old mimic. It does make it, because it's, it's a mimic. All right, but nevertheless, that one has taken 28 points of damage. Alrighty. At the end of Putrid Terry's turn is yet another lair action. So first of all, Putrid Terry, those distracting visions of yours have gone away. So you can sort of see just ghosts and everything clearly. But that Moonstone Dragon up there, she is just causing trouble. She's gonna sense between the three of you. She will simply roll a die on this. I'll say 1-2 Giggling Vicky, 3-4 Mad Maria, 5-6 Putrid Terry. Mad Maria, I need for you, please, to make a charisma saving throw. You do roll this at advantage, and your modifier on this is a +3.
Cool. 16.
With a 16, you all watch as Mad Maria, sort of standing there, kind of like surrounded by this. Actually, you were a terrible choice for this, but she doesn't really know the broad strokes of what's happening. Mad Maria, you have suddenly, the rest of you see Mad Maria disappear. That being said, because this is sort of your field of expertise, you are both pretty confident. Well, you can't see anything, Giggling. Oh, no, Giggling Vicky, at the end of that turn, you now can see again.
Good.
At the end of your turn, you do have your sight back, so that is good. But it does appear that Mad Maria was just banished into Dream. She was kind of banished into sort of like a harmless demi-plane. She's kind of like asleep right now in the dreamland, basically. So Mad Maria, basically, you're just stunned until initiative count 20 once again. So it's just a rude effect taking away your turn. I'm sorry. We'll roll what kind of dream you have, though, when we get there. But that is the turn of that. So suddenly, what that does affect, however, is you two no longer have your shared coven spells until your sister returns. And you also know enough to know that she's going to return to that spot. Cool. So some mimics get to go. The mimics, now that you two are down there, one of the mimics is going to kind of like basically the thing that is the platform sort of like sloughs off the side, and you see half the platform, including that podium, was a mimic all along. It kind of falls down, and it's going to come after you, Giggling Vicky. It is going to simply try to attack you a few times. The first bite is an 11. The second bite is a 12. Or the first pseudopod, second pseudopod. The final bite is a 15. Wow, these mimics are garbage. Well, another one drops off the side and kind of starts moving over. That one's going to go after Putrid.
He's just like, oh, that tickles.
Yeah, Putrid Terry. This one will attack you. I roll a 2 on the die, so that's a 10 to hit your 17. It doesn't work. This next pseudopod, however, so basically it's been nothing but misses, and you guys are almost like laughing at how bad it is. And then Putrid Terry, you get that tongue lashing you were looking for as this pseudopod just like connects kind of like up under your rib cage, lifts you up in the air. This is going to deal you 2d6 points of damage.
Well, dear, I hope you're
so
having a
that's 10.
fantastic time up there.
So that is 15 points of damage for you, Putrid Terry. And in addition to that, you are now, this thing has adhered to you, so you are now stuck to its tongue. You're basically grappled, so you can try to push yourself off on your turn to do it, but it is disadvantaged to break free of it. In addition, now that it has you there, each one of these gets 2 pseudopods and a bite. It is going to try to bite you now that you're grappled by it. But I roll another 2, so it still can't get you into its mouth.
I've taken all of your high rolls for the night.
You really have. It's ridiculous. Okay. But Putrid Terry, you took 15 points of damage. A dark day. The last mimic will come down, seeing both of these sisters here. It notices one of its mimic friends is eating Putrid Terry. So basically, she's being, like, eaten by what looks like a tongue coming out of, like, a pile of garbage. We'll say evens Giggling Vicky, odds it's going to double team Putrid Terry.
Ew.
I mean, listen, guys, here's how it works. It is, in fact, going to do that. So this mimic also comes over and kind of like, ooh, and so basically, another pseudopod comes to you. You are not restrained, so it's not disadvantaged. You're still kind of trying to dodge out of the way. It rolls a 16 on its first pseudopod attack. There we go. 24. So once again, a pseudopod hits you. This one deals you 13 more points of damage, and now you're being double-tongued by, like, you're stuck in two directions from these things. I can go all night with these kinds of comments, and I will try not to. Cool, tight. It is now the turn of Hecatoline as she's sort of looking around, or kind of like trying to get a sense of what's going on. Giggling Vicky, I would like for you to make an intelligence saving throw. You have advantage, and you have a +3 on this.
17.
Okay.
And 10. So dirty 20 this time.
You keep hitting either a nat 20 or just enough to get a 20. That's the DC on all this stuff. You also hear this kind of haunting waltz, and you really want to start moving your broken legs to the beat, but you can't. Or you're able to resist it. She has not quite enchanted you. Well, that kind of sucks, but is also great. Cool. That is her turn. Oh, great. This is a fun one. And at this point, all those ghosts up there are flipping out completely. So I actually need everyone, including the mimics, you all need to make a Constitution saving throw. This is not a magical... what do you think, Tyler? Is a ghost... Is like a ghost, like, necrotic thing? Is that a magical effect? How would you rule that? I don't think it is. I think that's like its nature.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't say it is.
So just con saves for both of you. You have a +3 on these, I think.
For me as well, or am I still gone?
You are gone.
Okay.
Now I rolled a 3, so
Perfect.
6. That's not perfect.
That's perfect for my purposes. And Putrid Terry, what do we have? A 3 as well? Oh, I think you're muted. Oh no,
Uh-oh.
We've lost audio. How sad. It's a 10. So we'll get Putrid Terry back here in a second. In any case, you both actually Putrid Terry just makes it because the DC on this is not insanely high. So she will only take half of. So 25. So Giggling Vicky, you do take 25 points of necrotic damage as these ghosts are freaking out. Moving through you. Are you okay on HP, or is this starting to get low?
I'm pretty low. How much was that?
25. She has 112 to start with.
I'm not doing totally great.
Understood. Well. Very good. This is all super interesting. Okay. And I will reference that Liv takes half of that, so she'll take 5. I'm actually put that down over here. Okay, ghosts. Mad Maria, Mad Maria, you're just on another plane, hanging out, doing your thing. I'm so sorry you don't get a turn. Is there anything you'd like to do while stunned in Dreamland?
What would be my options?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Excellent.
I'll tell you what.
I reconnected.
Wonderful. That did work. Mad Maria, make a perception check in this dream.
22.
You can see like the spectral form of Hecatoline, that kind of dragon, like staring at you from like really close on your other side. You kind of like still in your stunned, you sort of see her there, and she has just rage in her eyes. So you basically can tell there's some trouble going on here. However, it now comes back to Giggling Vicky's turn. Giggling Vicky, so what is your current HP, just out of curiosity?
38.
38. All right.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time. All right, what would you like to do? You have one mimic.
I get to get a double tonguing. I'm kidding.
My sister's so lucky. Okay, so yes, unfortunately, you don't have access to those spells because Mad Marie is gone.
Right.
It's a really rude. It's a really rude thing to send you away like that. Oh boy.
I will.
Right, isn't it though, DM?
Yeah.
Can I still disengage?
Of course.
I will attempt to Or
You can
no?
disengage for sure. Yes.
I will disengage.
Where are you going to move?
Wherever there is no danger.
Okay, I'll tell you what, if you sort of move away from the one who's attacking you, you could get to a point where, like, you and
Wait,
Putrid...
no, I changed my mind.
Please.
I would like to do it now. I can see, I forgot. I would like to attack the one that's attacking me with the magic missile.
Perfect. Roll a d4.
4.
Cool. So that's 4 plus 1 is 5 times 3
5.
is 15. So you hit that one for 15.
Yes.
Nice.
I forgot. I can see.
One was a thing.
Excellent stuff.
Thank
So
you.
and just so you from the I calculated damage. So Putrid Terry, you've taken a total of 40 damage, by the way, this far. It's been
He's fine.
it's been some
She's
stuff.
fine.
The
She's
layer
40 from the
actions-
top of mine.
40 from the top. Yeah. So basically, you started with 112. Now you're at 72. You're fine. Mad Maria, you reappear back up, kind of on like what remains of that platform. No dex save required, but you might need to like grab onto the railing. You do see. Oh wait, this actually happens after Putrid Terry's turn. Sorry, that's layer counts 20. So tell you what, let's try to make it interesting. We'll say Putrid Terry's deferring a roll or something there. I'm going to move that permanently. This way you guys can at least do one more thing. So, Mad Maria, you appear back there. Another lair action will happen. I need all of you to make wisdom saves. As just like this kind of, this dragon roar is sort of...
What is it?
With
plus-
advantage or without?
Yes, technically this is with advantage.
And is there a
With
modifier?
advantage.
Modifiers plus 3.
Yeah, it's +2 for us.
Oh, plus 2.
15.
Fudge. 14.
15.
6.
Okay, so all of you did fail on this one. However, this one is not a huge thing because this is almost like closest to the most physical effect. These like kind of just like these like shafts of moonlight. The dragon is trying to like still use her moonlight breath on all of you. She's not really able to do it anymore, so it's not as much damage. It's kind of the only damage dealing of all her lair effects, in fact. But you did all fail, which is cool. But I also rolled 2 1s and a 2 on these dice, so and then a 10.
Well.
So the total's 14. So you all take 14 points of radiant damage.
I'm doing great. I'm hanging on by a thread.
But
58.
in any case, Putrid Terry, it's your turn. You are now within 30 feet of all your sisters. So if you guys want to do another spell, you can.
I lost all the spells we can do.
Oh shoot! Sorry, I can actually I can even
Send them.
resend them. Lightning bolt is probably going to be your biggest damage dealing. You could do like a 6th level lightning bolt, and I would say since you're getting, ooh, you know what, Putrid Terry?
Is it better than Phantasmal Killer?
In terms of raw damage, yes, it is.
Okay.
I will even say, if you would like to make an investigation check, you could try to line it up so you could put it through both the ones who are adhering you to them, as well as the other one on the far side. You could try to
Well,
line it
then
up.
let's do that.
Okay, so go ahead and make an investigation check for you. That is a +3.
That's 3.
Yeah. This would be a good time to roll high.
16.
Okay, a 16. You can get the 2 on you without much trouble.
Excellent.
There might be some other stuff that happens, but the other one is kind of going to have like advantage. Like it's only going to maximally take half damage if it fails. So,
Ridiculous.
what level would you like to cast this? You could do 3, 4, 5, or 6. For every additional level, it's another d6.
Shall I do 6 level damage systems?
Yes,
Yes, I
please.
think we'll do
Throw it
that.
on the big one? Sure thing. Okay, great. So as you suddenly kind of gather this lightning bolt, you're going to try to hit it through these 2. Go for the other thing. What is your DC for this? DC is 12 plus your intelligence modifier. So what is your guys' int +3?
Yes.
So DC 15 dex saves. Great. Okay, so if you would go ahead, so what's the 6th level? 11d6? It's 8 for 3, 9 for 4, 10 for 5. So if you have access to an 11d6 roller there, if you can enter that, Putrid Terry.
I believe I do.
Okay.
11d6.
We need 11d6. Yes. If she doesn't have it online, you can gather those up.
I have it. I rolled a 40.
40, great. First mimic fails by 1, rolls a 14. Second mimic rolls a natural 1. Those are the 2 on you. Other mimic on the far side rolls a 2. These dice have rolled, I tried to do my most treasury looking dice for these mimics. These dice have rolled terrible tonight. They all fail, so they all take, the 2 near you take 40. The far one by Giggling Vicky takes only 20 because it was only ever going to take, you're only kind of glancing at it, but you still hit it with that. But that's 40. However, you kind of had to like maneuver and kind of shoot it through the tongues. I need you to also now make a dex save as the electrical conducting of these, metal things pretending to be stuff. If you'd also make a dex save at DC 15. It is magical, so you get advantage on it, and you have a +2 on the roll.
Okay. 21.
21. So you actually are taking half again, so you take 10 points of lightning damage.
As
it kind of like your own spell, and your hair is kind of standing up on end, kind of crazily. But you just dealt some serious damage to these horde mimics. Very good. The horde mimics get a turn now. And I'll show you kind of the cool image of them from the book. I should have brought this up earlier. Basically, just imagine kind of like, like a pile of treasure turns into a mouth. All right, so the horde mimic who has been attacking Giggling Vicky, who's kind of like engaged with her, is actually gonna look up at Mad Maria. And is actually going to say to the other ones, that's the one. And it kind of says this kind of in this kind of, weird, like, almost metal, just like, that's not one, like, kind of like making noise of whatever. It then is going to move away from you, Giggling Vicky. You do get an attack of opportunity if you want to use your claws on it.
Is a claw better? Oh, I can only use claws. I can't use magic missile, right?
You cannot, you don't have the war, there's only, yes.
I will claw.
Wonderful, so make an attack roll, it's a +7 to hit.
Ooh. 15. Damn it.
The armor of a horde mimic is 14. So, as you reach out and slash through, go ahead and roll 2d8 and add 4.
Oh, 2d8. Why don't I have everything out? Hold on. 9 plus 4, 13.
13. Wonderful. All right, but that one moves away from you and starts kind of climbing up the stairs toward Mad Maria. And it's going to pseudopod you, Mad Maria. A 24 hits.
Okay.
Which I know because of that. And you take from that 6 plus... you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are adhered to it.
Is it a magical bludgeoning damage?
It is not magical bludgeoning damage. So actually, Giggling Vicky and Putrid Terry...
No.
No, it's all the times you've been hit with non-bludgeoning damage, you actually should have gotten doubled back. So for Putrid... so Giggling Vicky, the acid you took, you still take that.
Yes.
God, I think...
What did the 25 damage?
I mean, I should have more.
That was radiant damage. No. Which time? That was anything that was like to all of you. That was not a. Oh, that was the ghost. That was necrotic. So Giggling Vicky, give yourself back 10 points. And Putrid Terry, give yourself back 15 points.
Most excellent.
Just because, so you're right about that.
And is it rounded up or down? So do I take 5 or 6?
I was hoping I'd get back like
rounded
69 points.
I couldn't remember.
Okay, because yes, good point. Those are actually they kind of go low. So yes, you only take 5 points. You are adhered to it. It's gonna kind of try to like just slam you again, just try to burn you down. Again, it hits you for this, so that's 7 plus 5. So that's another 12 reduced to 6. And then it will bite you. Against you, I'm rolling great. That was an 18 on the die, so a 26. Their bites do 2d10 which
gosh.
is 8 plus 5, so it's 13, but again reduced, so 6 more points. However, these last 2 of acid damage, you take all of another 10.
Okay.
We all take 10 more?
No, just Mad
No,
Maria.
just me.
Oh.
Mad Maria's
okay.
up there, just like this one. A mimic finally hit somebody with all 3 of its crazy attacks.
It hit.
And
acid.
it seemed, however, with like its like tongue, like though you are stuck to the tongue is like more reaching, like it's like trying to wrap your hand up, and you're holding that phoenix feather in it. That seems to be its sort of goal, is getting that back. Cool. One other mimic is actually going to let go of Putrid Terry and move away. Putrid Terry, you get an attack of opportunity if you want to slap it with your claws as it moves away from you. So
Yes,
go ahead and make an attack roll. You're at plus 7.
Just okay, d20 plus 7.
D20 plus 7.
17.
17 hits. It's 2d8 plus 4.
2d8 plus 4. Okay,
So that's
I
the
shall.
good news. The bad news is the other one is not going to leave you alone. It's going to try to continue hitting you and eating you. I roll a nat 1. I don't know what to tell you, Tyler. I'm very sorry. These dice are.
So it doesn't do anything?
Well, the second one hits you, so that will do. But it is half damage on the second. So the second one only does 5 points of damage as it slams you. One time it misses, it does the damage, and then the last one, it's going to try to bite you. 5, so 13, so nothing. So
That I do damage.
So that you did damage.
My
yes,
claws.
was 2. So did you roll 2d8?
Yes.
Well, how much did you do?
19.
19. 2d8?
Yes, I think that's what I did. Wait, let me do it. No. Yes. 2d8.
2d8 would be a maximum.
Plus 4.
Oh, plus 4. Oh, I said that. Yes, perfect. Sorry.
19.
I was like, 2d8 16. 19. Great, cool. So that
Have
one takes
4.
beautiful. So that one is at beautiful. Okay, great. So one of them is still attacking Future Terry. The other is kind of moving to go after Bad Maria. It also is halfway up the stairs. She's alone up there. Hecatoline is gonna make a check to try to materialize, which I gave her as a. Nope, doesn't. That's too bad. I should have just given her the option, but it's fine. And then the ghosts. How are my ghost friends feeling? The ghosts are not freaking out right now, so that craziness doesn't happen. I forgot to roll for the mimics about the ghosts going through them. Wait, all these mimics might have. All 3 mimics failed. Is that true? What's the con mod on them? Probably high. Plus 3. Nope, all 3 mimics failed the ghosts, so they all have an additional 25 points of damage on them. In any case, Mad Maria, after much waiting and dreaming and slumbering, it is your turn. You have 1 mimic on you, adhering you to it, another coming up behind it. Another one is down there attacking your sister, but you and your sisters are all within 30 feet. You have that whole... you don't have a 6th level slot, you don't have a 5th level, and you've downed 1 5th level slot.
Would saying a single word be a free action?
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna look at the feather and say rekindle in Sylvan.
Interesting.
Ooh.
You say rekindle.
Interesting.
In response to that, the mimic that is attacking you, the little pedestal box on top of it kind of forms back into a cube of force, basically. You turned back on the thing holding it. So you get the sense that is a password just for kind of that pedestal the book was on, and not so much nothing to do with the feather. That being said, you're sort of thinking you're doing it. If you want to, I'll let you make another free, because you had some time to think in there. Why don't you make an Arcana check? You get a plus 3.
That's cocked. Ooh, that's 11.
You're like, man, this. You're like, I don't know what's going on with this feather. This is bad news.
Considering what happened with the ethereal shift,
Mm-hmm.
do I think that plane shift would work?
Ooh.
I can make a roll for it, obviously, if you would like.
You already made an Arcana check this turn, so I kind of want to tie it to that. But Make another Arcana check. Yeah, what the hell? Let's give it a shot.
Okay, that is a... God.
That's my turn.
Okay, that's going to be a 7.
You can't imagine why it wouldn't.
Great. Then in that case, I'm going to try to use our hag-only, self-only plane shift to try to shift to where we said we would meet the dragon.
Wonderful.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Mad Maria, please roll a charisma saving throw. And you do have advantage on this, because hags are bothersome to me.
I'm going to switch this d20 here for a better one.
Okay.
Us start abandoning us.
Oops,
She
God.
seems to be.
Well,
So that better d20 rolled a 1.
Okay.
Let's see. So 10 is going to be my total.
10.
They call me putrid.
So, at this moment, you sort of feel this kind of almost like you're trying to plane shift away, and you do have this feeling of it's kind of like after you've done it, not necessarily that knowing about it would have helped, but it might have made a decision for you. It's almost as if like you're within a force cage. It's almost as if you'd have to succeed on a charisma throw to make it out right now. Kind of like you can't go ethereal, you can't go to other places unless you sort of succeed. Like you can't go ethereal, and you can only get to the other places if you succeed on a charisma save. So unfortunately, even with advantage, that's very sad. But
All my rolls tonight have been sad.
and they're rolling great against you. It's a dark.
That's okay.
It's a dark
It
situation.
happens.
In any case, you try to do the play. And, I'll say in that moment, as you look at your two sisters, what is going through your mind as you consider, leaving them here?
Just abandoning us.
Is that how you're thinking of it, Mad Maria?
No, if they're smart, they'll follow along.
A reasonable point. So you try to go and it doesn't work. You're still adhered to this thing, still sort of up there. And now like the reconstituted like cube of force on that thing is kind of like pushing into you just more uncomfortably. No mechanical stuff. You're just like, damn it, I should have turned that off. All right, Giggling Vicky.
yes,
What would you like to do?
would like to follow my sister. Not to abandon you, Terry, but I need to.
So Giggling Vicky. So I actually got a question for you here. So
Poison them.
These things have like moved up. Mad Maria tried to plane shift away
Poison
and
them.
couldn't. You saw her.
Oh, I
do
thought
the
she was like
incantation.
stuck and I couldn't see her.
No, you can see her kind of up there as these mimics are going to her, kind of like on what's on the other half of the platform. And you saw her up there, and you saw her do like the hand motion you guys do to plane shift away, and it seemed to kind of like shimmer for a moment and not work.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought she like was stuck in a realm.
That was a while ago. Yeah. She got back from that, but is now stuck in the same realm you are.
I don't even know.
I'll tell you what, Giggling Vicky, roll an insight check.
Okay. Is it plus anything?
+6, my dear.
That was a nat 13, but this is not the game for that.
13.
19.
You saw that Mad Maria was kind of trying to escape with that phoenix feather. And there's some part of you that's like, well, I mean, she was trying to plane shift away for that. I mean, I guess I could. If she was going to do that, I could go get that feather from her, and maybe I could plane shift away. Maybe that's all. Maybe that's
See,
enough.
Okay, actually, that was my instinct. I will attempt.
So your goal is going to be to get up to her around these mimics and get that, and then use your action to plane shift. I'll phrase it to you like this. That's going to be very difficult to do on this turn, or you can use your turn to safely get to her and maybe even get it, but then you won't have an action to do.
Yes,
Okay.
I will use it to get to her.
So basically, you kind of use your action to like go around mimic, stay out of reach. You sort of take a few feet of climbing. Mad Maria, are you going to resist her pulling this feather away from you?
Did I hear the mimics earlier when they said...
That one?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Then I'll let her take the
Okay,
feather.
cool. So basically, you try to reach for it, but Mad Maria lets go of it, no problem. And you now have that. You're out of movement, you're out of everything, but you're holding on to it.
I'm gonna not as an act of evil, but I'm just going to poke her in the nose with the finger on my cigarette.
You get poked with a hot finger while your sister's getting double-tongued. Let's see.
God dang it.
Anyway, that's lair action now, because that's where we are in the, because we changed where Putrid Terry goes. So lair action. What are these old... God, she's done everything, so I can just do one again. Yeah, let's do, all of you wisdom saves. Let's just make this rough on everybody. So a wisdom save for all of you. You do have advantage on it. And you have a +2, so +2 with advantage.
12.
Dirty 20.
God damn it, you kick me, Vicky, every time.
I said in the chat, I'm screwed for Friday. These are all of my high rolls for the week.
Yeah, but on that game, you want low rolls.
That's true. We want low because Call of Cthulhu system.
Yeah.
That's true.
Putrid Terry, when you got on a wisdom at advantage with a +2.
I got 18.
Yeah, what did Putrid Terry get?
Oh.
Sorry.
Future Terry was not paying attention.
All good.
So I need a wisdom.
It's basically just roll at advantage, and it's a +2 on top of for the wisdom save, yeah.
Okay. That would be an 18.
An 18, yes. Unfortunately, once again, those distracting visions are now kind of giving you and your sister Mad Marie a disadvantage on all of your ability checks until initiative count 20 once again. That does not, however, that won't affect any other kinds of rolls. And it doesn't affect Giggling Vicky because she's just rolling like a rock star. Putrid Terry, it's now your turn.
Okay.
Giggling Vicky and Mad Maria are up there about like 25 feet from you, kind of like up that little platform.
They're up 20 feet from me. I still have 2 tongues on me.
You only have 1 tongue. 1 tongue let go, and you slapped that tongue as a win. So actually, I was wrong about the horrible thing I said a few minutes ago.
Okay, so I only have 1 tongue attack.
I'm going to say that saying someone's getting single-tongued actually is worse. Because why did you say single?
Seems less fun.
Oh, boy.
So I have 1, and which one is this?
This is a mimic who has taken the most medium amount of damage of the mimic.
But I mean, like, where is the tongue?
Oh, up under your rib cage, like stuck.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
And really, it's a pseudopod. We're all being gross here, but let's respect like
it's a pseudopod.
mimic forms. You know, it's just a real adherent pseudopod.
And my sisters are within 20 feet.
They are.
Can I just disengage from the tongue?
You can. Oh, what you can actually do is you can try to unbreak the grapple. So you do have to roll for it. And it's at disadvantage, but the good news is it's always a disadvantage, so even though you have that thing. So basically just make a strength check. For you, this is a +4. It's one of your better things. So at disadvantage, roll a strength check.
So that is a 14.
A 14. You do manage to just to the number, basically, like slip yourself off of it. So you have your movement, but that was your action.
Okay. Am I able to get closer to my sister?
Absolutely.
They're moving. They haven't managed to move out of the plane, right?
No, neither of them have. You saw Mad Maria try and fail. You've now seen Giggling Vicky go and grab that little feather from her. Basically, Mad Maria's up on this platform. Giggling Vicky's kind of like hanging on to it and has taken a feather, but she's sort of still up there, kind of like half hanging off. There is a mimic on the stairway up you could try to like leapfrog over or something, but you have broken free of the one who's attacked you.
Okay, so can I like step on it?
Sure, you can try to like step on it as it goes away from you.
Dig my heels into it.
Sure.
Yes, so I will attempt to get up close to my sisters. And can I like grab both of them?
Oh, okay. You've already used your action to break free, so kind of all you'll have is your movement. You can easily grab onto Giggling Vicky's legs. That's like not a problem. You can just run and do
cool.
that.
So I'll
But
run up
Mad
to them
Maria's
and grab
still up
onto
there.
her legs.
Okay, you grab onto her legs. Amusingly, it does get an attack of opportunity on you. I didn't realize that. You have to break the grapple. It can still try to grapple you again. But it rolls a 16. I rolled an 8, and it's +8, so once again, one shy of holding on to you, Peter.
One shy of armor class. Excellent.
The tongues just don't stick every time. And you manage to get over to your sister, wrap your arm around her.
Someone said I should throw cherry stems at the tongues to distract them.
They just immediately start talking. So you get over there. The mimics do get to go a few times here. So the mimic who was attacking you, Putritary, is going to kind of come back towards you down below. It is going to try to pseudopod you. That's a 15, doesn't hit. That is a 26. That one will hit, dealing you, giving you 6 points of damage. That's already been reduced, and it tries to bite you and fails. Jesus Christ.
So 6 points of damage?
6 points of damage. The one who was attacking Mad Maria is going to, basically just like attack Giggling Vicky. But you hear the mimics grumbling about something or another. So it moves over to Giggling Vicky. It's going to attack her once. So that's an 11, doesn't hit. That is a 25. That one does hit.
Damn it.
It deals you 4 plus, so it's 4 points of damage.
That's fine.
How are you looking, by the way?
Not. I don't want to talk about it.
Understood. It will also try to bite you.
Think of it tail,
A 2 on the die, so that's a 10 to hit. Cannot bite you. But interestingly, it unadheres its tongue from you and then backs away. And then the one coming up the stairs, having said something, opens up its mouth and spews acid on all 3 of you gathered together.
Great.
I need all 3 of my poor little hags as a caustic mist just spreads across your bodies. Please make me a dexterity saving throw. You poor hags. That is, for you, you don't have advantage, and you have a +2 on a dex save.
+2, no advantage.
+2, no advantage.
Nat 20. Finally, first one of the night, so 22.
Double 8s. This is insane what I'm rolling here. So 12 plus so
17.
Oh no.
28 plus, oh my god, 3 8s of that, by the way. Half of those dice were 8s.
6.
Giggling Vicky. How many hit points did you have left?
30.
Oh dear.
All right.
Oh dear,
So,
sister.
so
Bye.
Putrid Terry, you take half. So you take 18 points of damage.
Yikes.
Mad
Okay.
Maria and Giggling Vicky, who both failed, you both take 36 points of acid damage.
Oh no, dear sister.
And Giggling Vicky, do you giggle any last thing as you are melted by this acid?
Avenge me, sisters!
Avenge me, sisters. And Giggling Vicky, I'm going to say, based on how this is a sad thing for Mad Maria. Mad Maria, how are you on hit points, by the way?
No.
It's 22 remaining.
Understood.
Oh no.
So poor Vicky. I guess actually technically Vicky, you are now unconscious. We'll have you roll death saves and all that stuff, but you are just the acid is just chewing away your face. The finger at the end of your cigarette holder is reduced to bone. So all the flavor's gone.
It's still in her mouth though.
But I will say that as you're gripping onto that flower that you've taken, you're kind of holding the flower falls out of your hand, and this phoenix feather putritary falls and lands embering on the floor of the cavern right below you. You're holding onto her things, and actually, putritary, you know what? You do fall here. You take 6 points, because you were holding onto the. Oh no, you weren't.
Oh fuck.
You barely fall at all. In fact, you don't even fall enough to make damage, but you kind of fell a couple feet as she sort of has fallen down because she's no longer holding. But that phoenix feather is right there for the taking, for you. Or you could try to use your action to save your sister's life. You could try to stabilize her. That might be a nice thing for a hag to do.
I can save my sister or grab the phoenix feather.
Grab the phoenix feather and try to get out of there. Perfect. So, that is the last turn of the mimics. Hecatalina is going to try to form herself one more time. That would put a real damper on things. A 2, nope, can't do it. So, with that, Mad Maria, it is your turn. There are kind of two mimics up there. One has just breathed its stuff on you. Your sisters are now down below. If you were to disengage, you could jump off down there with them. You'd take 1 damage dice of falling, which you're resistant to anyway. Or you could go over and risk 2 op attacks, or you could cast a spell.
Oh, so did she drop the feather to the floor?
She dropped the feather to the floor down there next to Putrid Terry. Poor Mad Maria.
And how far is the floor?
It's like 15 feet. It's 1d6 of damage, basically.
And if I jump down there, how many op attacks would I
You would take
suffer?
2. And the worst part about it is they are pseudopod op attacks. So they adhere to you.
Oh no. No. Quite unwise.
I didn't realize you get 2 plane shifts a day. That's amazing.
We do, yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
in general, I'll roll different die if you want me to. These have been rolling bad against everyone but you.
True.
I will, I'll disengage, and then would I be able to move down past them to get with Terry and Vicky, or would I have to jump off?
I would say since they're so big, they are basically blocking the...
Okay, I'll jump
the
off.
thing. Okay,
then.
cool. And make an athletics check. Oh, I think you do have disadvantage on it, though, because of the
Oh, yeah,
disorienting
I do.
movement.
That is a 3 plus whatever our strength is, 4, 7.
So you do fall kind of like you can stand up using some movement or whatever. You kind of fall prone. You do take the damage, but I rolled a 1 on the dice. You're resistant, so you don't take any damage. So you're kind of like, ow. That kind of like knocked the wind out of you, no damage. The feather is on the ground. It is not, Putrid Terry has not had a chance to grab it yet.
Well, this was my action to disengage, right? So
True. But like you can free interact with object. If you want to.
that's true. I don't want one of the mimics to grab it, so I'll grab it.
Okay, so you pick it up. Wonderful. Alrighty. Giggling Vicky, death save throw. Roll another nat 20. You've been doing it all night. If you do that, you get 1 hit point back.
No.
You have rolled.
You've rolled so many. Let's jinx her.
Now watch, she'll roll a 13.
No. I rolled a 6.
You are dying. The acid has melted through your throat and into your trachea. Okay.
That's so mean.
Alrighty. Lair action's gonna go. What horrible thing
DM sings a song to
can
announce
she
you are
do?
dying.
She's gonna. Oh God. Damn it! She doesn't think to banish someone into dream.
She can banish me again. That's fine.
You're like, go ahead. No. That's not the choice she's gonna make. She'll actually do this one. She can also do this on her turn. Let's do Terrier odds. So we'll do evens Mad Maria, odds Putrid Terry. I have rolled a 6, which is evens Mad Maria. Please, an intelligence saving throw. You have advantage to +3.
12.
12. So, and the no mimic is even going to op attack you on this. But with that, Mad Maria, you hear this beautiful, waltzing, haunting Fey music. The kind of like poppy Fey garbage that you usually hate. But it sounds so good right now, you cannot help it. You are just using all action and movement to dance. And I'm going to say, for the sake of fun and complicating factors, you do kind of as a reaction use 30 feet of movement, just like dancing with yourself to those groovy pixie beats, carrying that feather away from Putrid Terry.
No, how dare you!
And yeah, how dare.
I can't help it. The beats are too groovy.
The beats are too groovy.
Fairies.
That being said, Putrid Terry, it is your turn.
So now how far away?
30 feet. Only was able to move 30 feet.
So can I get to him? To her?
You can. Is a mimic adhering to you? I think one came over. I can't remember if there's currently a mimic.
I don't think I have one on me.
Yeah. All right. You don't have one on you.
Pretty sure.
I think one came. Yeah, fair enough. You can try to. Let's phrase it like this. You can get to her, but you will provoke an op attack from one kind of between you and her. And if you use more movement to avoid that, you won't have an action. Yeah, that's trickiness. So if you want to get to her, take it and try to plane shift, you can do that, but you'll risk one more op attack. Now they haven't rolled good on you in general.
I mean, I'm doing better than my sisters, but I'm still not doing very well.
Right. So do you want to try that? That's kind of like, that's your go for broke thing. All right, so you go to her, you pass near one of these things, the pseudopod tongue, it reaches out for some sweet night hag flesh. If I roll one more 8 on these dice, which is 16, I've never, it's been off, I need to put the 49 thing into chat. I've done so many of those tonight. I mean, that's just been my evening.
49.
You managed to get over. You managed to get away. And it 8 so close to 20. They should have been not 20s in murder. Everything's stupid. In any case, Putritary, you get over to her. Now, Mad Maria, you are dancing. Do you think while dancing you would resist her plucking a phoenix feather out of your hand?
Let's see. Yes, because I'm swaying with the beats, so it's just kind of going where it goes.
Perfect. So, I need the two of you. This is just a heads-up roll because you have the same modifier. Would you both please just roll a d20?
Well. Oh, good. I rolled well for once.
Putritary, roll a d20.
10.
Putritary
17.
tries to whisk it away, and instead you almost like grab her hand and you kind of like swing her around dancing with you, cackling to the music.
Rude.
So Putritary, you do not have a hold of it right now. I'm very
My sisters are such imbeciles.
They really are. The mimics are going to come over to you two, and they're just going to try to attack you guys. Let's see, on Mad Maria, that is a miss and a hit, and another miss. On Putritary, a miss. A miss. Jesus fucking Christ. And a miss. 3, 5, 2. I rolled on those. That's insane. I've never had a night this bad, I don't think. And this is when I'm trying to take out the evil people. Actually, never mind. That makes perfect sense. Putritary. So
you did.
But Mad
got a
Maria,
hit on me, right?
You did get hit with a pseudopod. So now you're dancing in place, still kind of hanging on to your sister. That's so it's reduced by half. It's 5 points of damage for you on that pseudopod as you're just kind of held in place. Mad Maria, it is your turn. You're still you know you can't use your action to move, so you're just using it to dance in place basically. Because you're charmed by the song until the end of initiative count, which is just so rude. Giggling Vicky, death save number 2.
Sorry, I didn't think I would get another chance.
The mimics aren't going to eat you. They assume they're asked to.
19.
So close. So you have 1 fail, 1 success. But what you don't have is that hit point and a turn.
Yes.
I was trying to save her. I thought the phoenix feather might help with such a
It's
thing.
going to try to banish one of you two into a dream. A beautiful, beautiful dream. I love the idea of you guys like attacking and like, I was trying to save you.
I think I may have misheard you. When does the dancing thing end?
Right now. You are now basically it went through one of your turns and now you're
Can you hear me?
You are good.
Yes.
It is going to try to do it on evens, Mad Maria, odds, Putritary. A 3. Putritary, please at advantage roll a charisma saving throw.
At advantage,
So
what
that
is
is
my
a plus
bonus?
3.
+3, okay. I rolled 2 19s. So that's 20.
You feel Hecatoline trying...
No, 22 with the +3.
You're good. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, with a +3. You feel Hecatoline trying to put you into a dream.
Okay.
And you resist her call.
Not today, dragon.
Putritary, it is now your turn.
Okay,
So your sister's half holding onto you. There's a mimic right behind her. She's stuck to it. She's still holding the phoenix feather.
I plucked it out of her hand.
Do you resist her plucking?
All right, let's roll again and see. Not this time.
You let her pluck it out. And then what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Are you attempting to do that escape, or are you going to try to plane shift to the Feywild?
Yes, I'll plane shift.
Perfect. You are going to plane shift to the Feywild. I need you, as you do this, just as your sister learned, you must now make, at advantage, because you are night hags, which is a big advantage, you need to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay, so it's 2d20s plus 2.
2d20s plus 3.
3. Okay. Reset. Roll. I don't understand why whenever I have advantage, I keep rolling the same number twice.
That is weird. What was the number?
12, so I got a 15.
15. So you, like your sister before you, cast plane shift, ready to escape with this into the Feywild, and nothing happens. The force of Hecatoline's presence is preventing that kind of interplanar travel unless you're able to pass that save. Oh, ladies.
Oh, fiddlesticks and fairy wings.
Fiddlesticks and fairy wings. The mimics will simply try to tether both of you. So Mad Maria, the one who's holding you, rolls 1 hit, 1 miss, and a miss on the bite. So you take yet another. You're still adhered. You take you take 6 more points. Putrid Terry 1. That one hits you. That one doesn't hit you because it's a 7. And that one definitely hits you. Okay, so Putrid Terry, you take 7 points of damage. That's
Okay,
been
I'm
reduced.
still alive in this
And
thing.
then from the bite attack that it does.
Damn it.
How are you doing, Putrid Terry?
27.
Okay, well, it's not so bad. So you take another 4 points of damage, but then you take all of this acid damage, which is, I only roll a 1 and a 2, so 3 more. So it's just
We're at 20
so
now.
clicking you down there as if they're trying to get you, but you both are held by mimics. Hecatoline is going to form what she's got to form, right? This die is so beautiful. She's got to show up. She's got to materialize. She doesn't materialize. I don't know what to say. This game is insane. What are my dice doing to me? All right. So Mad Maria, it's your go.
Okay. Oh wait, yeah, I wasn't dancing last time. I wouldn't have tried to resist. Luckily, I rolled
you're sort of.
But I will try to pluck it
You got
out
it.
of
So Putrid
Terry's hand.
Putrid, do you allow Mad Maria to take it back? She's going to make another attempt to get out of there. Putrid Terry, do you let Mad Maria take the feather?
Let's see. We'll find out. Do I or not? Yes, I do.
Okay. Meet me in the Feywild, sister, and I'll try to plane shift away.
All right.
Come on.
At
last
advantage.
chance.
You got
Let's
double.
do
You got a
this.
+3 on them. You got it.
Natural 20. Finally.
Natural 20.
Oh.
So with that, Mad Maria disappears. Giggling Vicky, one more.
When it mattered.
When it mattered.
When it mattered.
Okay.
Sister.
Did you roll a natural 20?
What did you roll?
All right. So, Giggling Vicky, I will say for the drama of it, you kind of like your neck completely open, like some acid like spilling out of your windpipe. Your horns, like your fingers gone, whatever. You look over and you see Mad Maria successfully plane shift away, holding the Phoenix. Putrid Terry is held by some of these things, but it looks like she wants to do the same soon. What would you like to do with your action?
Can I shoot? What is the name? Magic bullet.
It's called Magic Missile.
I cast gun.
Yeah.
Bullet is something else entirely.
It's a chopper. It's a food processor.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
But
trying.
also-
That's true.
I
That's
know
true.
what it also is. I'm trying to help you.
Shoot.
So if you want to shoot a magic missile, you can, or you could use your action to try to plane shift away.
to shoot a magic missile?
Giggling Vicky cares about her sisters. What a
No,
terrible...
I just care that we're all together when we probably need each other the most, so I don't die again.
Okay. So, you...
Yes, all together.
Shoot a magic missile at one of the ones holding on to Putrid Terry. Is that the idea?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d4, add 1, and multiply it by 3.
Okay, D4. 4, add 1,
So
5,
15?
15. I was gonna get there. These white dice, these like pearl, there's the camera. These pearlescent ones,
Doing good?
Oh my god.
they're doing great.
The mimic who is holding on to Putrid Terry is so close to being dead, but it is not quite dead. It's still there. Giggling Vicky, that was your turn. However, the other mimics back there kind of like look back at you and see that you're there. Putrid Terry... Oh, actually, Lair action gets to go. Oof, that's a rough one. Both of you make con saves.
Me?
Yeah. She's gonna try to use her breath thing again.
19 plus
19 plus 3.
3. 21.
Putrid Terry, what do we roll?
19 plus 3?
Giggling Vicky had a 22.
Yeah, it's 22.
What did Putrid Terry roll?
I also rolled a 19.
Oh!
Wow. All right, so both of you only take half of... So unfortunately, Giggling Vicky, you just take 7 points of radiant damage.
I'm dead again.
So you're once again dead, and you're sort of your whatever.
Arrived and down.
Putrid Terry.
Yes.
You're still up.
Okay.
It is now your turn. What would
Wait,
you
so how
like
much
to do?
damage did I take?
Oh, I'm sorry. You take you succeeded, so 7.
Okay, so I'm at 13.
Cool.
What
The
if
magic
this-
number.
Mm-hmm.
I escaped at 11 health.
Okay. So do I still have this thing attached to me, or I'm free?
It is still attached to you. It looks
And
like
I-
it also looks like it is in really low health. But yeah, but there's also 2 others kind of in the area just trying to move.
Okay. Now what are my options for attacking it? 'Cause we don't have the.
You could
group
magic
spells.
missile it. Or
Can magic missile it?
You
Okay.
can try to magic missile on it. You can just do like a lower one at will. Your main options right now are to magic missile or to just try to use your last plane shift to get out of there.
There you go.
I
That's
can't do
not a
both.
bad one.
Oh.
Yeah, you can do
well
one
then
or-
I'm gonna try to plane shift out.
Understood. So this is your last attempt at a plane shift. You can only do it twice a day. Go ahead and roll a charisma
Join
saving
me,
throw
sister.
at advantage.
I literally had a number in my head and rolled it. Okay, so it's roll +2,
Roll plus
3, 21.
With a
Let's
21,
do it.
you do disappear. Much to the chagrin of these hags. You are the hags, much to the chagrin of the mimics. Wow. Giggling Vicky. As you lie there on the ground, one of the mimics who kind of left you, had seen you get back up, a mimic just kind of like rolls over you and it's just gonna pseudopod you. It's at his advantage because you're prone. That one hits.
Where?
You know what, Giggling Vicky? As you die, it'll pseudopod you wherever you'd like. But that, however, because your previous death fails, I usually carry them over. So you are basically just like destroyed from the inside by anyway. With that, the coven of the Crystal Thicket is no more. However, there is something interesting going on right now. You guys have simply gone to the Feywild. Now, I will give you an option about going to the Feywild. If you would like to just kind of go to your primary place in the Feywild, which would probably be the now abandoned Crystal Thicket, you can kind of go there. You'll make a roll to see if you sort of went on target, basically. Otherwise, you will sort of let fate decide where in the Feywild you've wound up. Which would you like to do, Mad Maria?
I think it makes the most sense to try to go back to our base, basically.
Cool. Then please roll a D100.
Ooh, where's my golf ball? Can't have this opportunity and not roll my actual D100.
Oh, of
All right.
course, of course.
once it stops rolling, that is a 21. Yes, 21.
That, my friend, because I'm just using the sort of the very familiar teleport rules, you are 4 under on target. So you do not arrive. You had a 3 out of 4 chance, and you rolled just under, so yay to me. You, my friend, wind up elsewhere in the Feywild. Putrid Terry. Putrid Terry, do you want to go to your normal home, or do you kind of want to see where... do you want to just go anywhere in the Feywild and figure it out later?
There's somewhere where I can find fairies and pull off their wings.
I mean, home is a good place for that. You may still have a few in the fridge.
Guess I'll try to go home.
Understood. Then please roll a D100.
Ooh. Okay, hold on. Okay, 87.
87. You arrive in the familiar confines of the Crystal Thicket.
Hooray!
You are where you are familiar with being. Everything's fine.
My other sister's not here.
But your sister, Mad Maria, is not here. She plane shifted out before you, so you suspect she didn't wind up where she was meant to. But you seem to be safe for now.
Can I go raid their things?
Go through their stuff. You guys haven't lived here for a while. This place got through, but you can certainly go see if they left anything behind you in a pocket. Absolutely. So, Putrid Terror, you kind of go into kind of your old lair and begin looking through their stuff. Mad Maria, my dear, so let me see. How many do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll me a D10, Mad Maria.
Okay.
Let's see which one you wound up in.
That's going to be a 3.
A 3. Cool. Chaos time. Mad Maria.
It's Philip's favorite time.
I mean, it is absolutely. I could not even tell you how excited I am about this. So just kind of as we end, I get to roll one last random table. You, my dear, can you roll a D12 for me real quick, Mad Maria?
I can.
Anything and everything is on.
That is a... God damn. That's a 1.
1. This is not necessarily bad. And then go ahead and roll a D20.
All right, let's use the one that got me that 20.
Yeah.
9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
All right, so my friends who watched our special on Saturday of me, how I just build planes randomly, I was just doing my using D&D Beyond as a makeshift random table. I had Tyler basically roll a certain creature type that is going to be the first thing it meets here. Many of these creature types in this place might not have been that hostile, but some of them. So, as you find yourself in the Feywild successfully, Mad Maria, you glance down at this beautiful, shimmering, still lake. Kind of spread out before you. Within it are reflected the cosmos, nebulas spinning, planets twirling. Strangely, what is above you is simply dull pink fog. You feel the ground subtly shifting under your feet. You're standing on a sort of thick, stone-like substance so you can see it ridged in certain places. Mad Maria, you are actually quite familiar with the domain of delight you find yourself in. This is the realm of Kog'Maw, who appears as a planet, an archfey, strangely alien, rumored to have once been an aberration. This is the domain of delight where monsters come and grow in strange ways to please their queen. This is Monstrosimo. And the first creature that spots you here looks down at you this kind of strange ancient, because you see you rolled a 1, so it starts with an A, and 9 puts an ancient deep crow. This sort of strange, ancient, kind of crow-like creature sort of turns to you. Its sort of feathers, also furry, a very strange thing. It sort of looks at you, realizing that you've kind of just like arrived out of nowhere. It swoops down towards you. It is going to get 1 attack on you before other things might occur. Although if there's any like, I'll allow you to like try a spell or something if you want to try to do something. I'll kind of give you like a no movement, just like a quick action in response as it kind of comes for you, almost happening simultaneously. Anything you want to try?
Okay. I'm just looking at. Oh no, I can't do any of those. I will try to enter the material plane.
Or the ethereal plane?
Yeah.
A good call. So basically, I'm gonna do this as a sort of like as its mandibles are closing around you, you're trying to shift out. Roll a d20. And add your dexterity modifier. It's kind of like a soft initiative thing here.
Yes, dirty 20.
A dirty 20. This thing has rolled below that. So the jaws clasp around you. You enter the material plane. I am still going to roll to hit. You're going to have resistance against this damage if it even hits.
But
I'm gonna roll at disadvantage also from its trying to bite you. Unfortunately, the lower of the rolls is a 19.
Mm-hmm.
With its modifier, not stuff. So it is going to, however, you'll have resistance to the following damage. It rolls 2d10 plus 6. I roll so 8 points of damage you take.
3 left.
You manage to get to the ethereal as you can like feel this thing over you. You feel the pincers, but you've made it. You're there. You have the feather. You're in Monstrosimo. But then,
Monstrosimo.
in your mind, you can feel this presence, this archfey. This voice saying, "Night hag, why have you come here?" In the sort of dim, foggy, sort of kind of immaterial zone of this ethereal plane, you look up and you see this bright red planet with a thick ring around it, kind of like emerging from the darkness. Kog'Maw shining her focus on you. What do you say?
The Archfey, Bill Bluster, stole my beans, and I require them back. Require them back, yes.
The Archfey, Bill Bluster, stole my beans, and I require them. I require them back, yes.
Oh my beans.
I make a persuasion check +3.
Natural 20.
Oh, shufita.
There's this eerie moment.
Excellent.
This eerie moment hanging here as the planet
Why not?
kind of like considers you, this alien, strange consciousness. And then you feel, for the first time in any of your interactions with this Archfey, a sense of humanity. Kog'Maw says to you, "Take all the time you need. Welcome to Monstrosimo." And with that, we will end Here Be Witches. Mad Maria has made it to the Feywild with a phoenix feather. The interesting thing about that book is, like the Tome of the Stilled Tongue, when you pull the tongue that has been pinned to the cover of the book off the book, it instantly erases the spellbook. The Tome of the Phoenix works somewhat similarly. When you remove the feather, the book burns up and appears next to the feather, the next dawn. Blank, but intact.
Oh.
Mad Maria, you don't know it yet, but you have, in fact, stolen a book for some dragons.
No.
Whether that is good for them or bad for them, whether Mad Maria will ever meet back up with Putrid Terry, whether Mad Maria will how things will work out from there, that will remain to be seen. But I do want to thank you all so much for playing here tonight. I appreciate it. That was really good. I loved that because I didn't know. There were many points where I was like, I think they're going to die. Like I really didn't know they were going to get off.
I mean, I ended with 13. Yeah, 13.
You ended with 13. He ended with 3. Giggling Vicky is dead twice. Well, that was fun. Everybody, thank you so much for checking this out. That was super fun.
Dice rolled hot when they needed to.
They really did. You got it at the end. And I will say that persuasion at the end was just perfect.
I would just like to know why, when I have advantage, I keep rolling the exact same thing.
That was very strange. That was very bizarre.
Not every time, but like a lot.
Yeah, for sure. That was
2 12s, 2 19s.
The only person who died is the one who was rolling the best the whole time.
I know. That's true.
Yeah, you rolled real good, and then it was like, maybe that's why they started focusing on you.
You had my dice. Mine are always the extremes. Either really high or really low.
20s or 1s. They're drama dice. That's all we got.
So I'm dramatic.
Well, guys, that was super fun. We hope that you enjoyed this kind of this was definitely Feywild-esque, so appropriate for the Witchlight crew, but also kind of a quick little bonus thing to determine some strange events that were set in motion on last night's Here Be Dragons. If you enjoy what we do here, please follow or subscribe to us if you have not already. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription through that, which is awesome. We have, normally on Mondays, we have Wellness Beyond the Witchlight. On Fridays, we have Blood from a Stone, which we're currently running Call of Cthulhu. It's been really good. The past 2 sessions of that I've been really enjoying it since it's gone Call of Cthulhu. It's been it's really cool vibes. And then on Sundays, we have Here Be Dragons. You can go to our Discord and follow us there. I post recaps of all these things. We also have an About page here on Twitch where you can learn about all these fabulous players. Speaking of whom, anybody want to plug anything? Anybody want to say anything? Sing any songs?
No, just as usual, follow me on Instagram. They keep suppressing my shit.
It's bad news.
I did ask you about this last time, Philip, so if you don't mind, my girlfriend, Ruth Hansen, just got her book published. It is the top-selling book at her publisher. Oh, well, hold on, let me turn this.
Oh, yeah,
it is called Rail Walkers. It is a... Oh, what did she describe it as? A queer Western revenge book. Nope. Whoops. Well, now I stopped my video. It's very cool. It is available on Amazon as a physical book and a there we go, and a not audiobook, I'm sorry, ebook. It will be available in audiobook supposedly by the end of the year. We're not sure if that's going to be happening. I know it's mirrored, sorry. So yeah, check that out if any of those 3 categories of thing mentioned you.
I'm gonna post I'm gonna try to post this into our old
I can give you the information.
I'll put it into our chat here too.
Yeah, I think
okay,
you can
cool.
Post links if you're a mod.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There it
Look
is.
at that.
If anyone's interested.
There you go.
Thank you.
99%
And I think that's
sure that's
to
the
the
right one.
ebook. So
that is to the ebook. Oh wait, I shouldn't do the ebook. I should do the paperback. Yeah. I'll post the paperback as well.
Okay.
Guys, come on, ebooks. Don't get ebooks. That's lame. Get paperbacks.
No.
Or ebooks. Get anything you want.
Whichever you prefer.
Listen.
And we would appreciate the support either way if that sounds interesting to you at all. Pierce says the paperback is also on
it's
the
on
same
that
link,
page
so
too.
you should
It's
be
on the
good.
same, but you can click on it.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's it for me.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for that. Yeah, I mean, I guess, thanks again to you guys for kind of jumping into playing. I always love making players just play monster stats. I think that's really fun. Just, here's a monster stat
That was
block.
cool,
Have
yeah.
some fun. Giggling Vicky kind of was nice at the end there. She didn't just escape. She's like, let me try to save my sister. And then...
Well, you know.
I was planning on trying to revive her. I figure a phoenix feather must save someone's life and bring them back from the dead because phoenixes rise again, but I couldn't get the damn thing in time close enough to her.
Sadly, that phoenix feather only worked to revive its own book.
Well, then it wouldn't have worked, but at least I tried. It's all
At
that
least you
counts.
would
It's the sentiment that counts, sister. Yes.
Sentiment.
Yes, darling. But now I'm stealing your stuff.
In any event, thank you all so much. Until next time. Ooh, wait, I'm not going to use my usual Here We Dragon sign off. I'll have to.
Wait, you didn't announce the shows that we normally do.
I do. I announced them all.
Wait, did you?
Yeah.
You did.
I did them before the. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a while ago. I swear.
I'm dead.
Bleh.
I did that last night. I don't have to. Oh no, I did it earlier today. Yeah, exactly. Well, very good, everyone. That was super fun stuff. Until next time. Have a witching good time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.